Okay, guys, last chapter of the week, chapter 15 we just finished. So let's go through our assignments for today. Okay, there's your layout. Pause it if you ever need to look at it. Just a reminder, I'm going to point out this bottom thing at the layouts. Every 3 chapters you have your quiz. Today you do have your quiz because this is the last chapter of the week, so don't forget about that. Some of you need reminders. Just know after you finish today's assignments, go onto the Lone Tree webpage and get that quiz done. Okay. So your first task today is your written response. In chapter 15, Brian discusses his first meat from the bird he was able to catch and cook. He described it as one of the best first bites he had ever experienced. What was the best meal you have ever experienced? Was it a meal that you had at a restaurant or one that was made at home? Explain why it was so good and all the parts of the meal, including the specific flavors that you remember. Maybe this is a meal you have all the time or one that was a special meal just one time, but describe it to me. Tell me all about it. Why is it your favorite? What is so great about it? Who makes it for you if it's at home? If it's at a restaurant, what restaurant is it? Tell me all the details about that meal. Okay, as always, copy down this question first and then respond in 5 or more sentences. You can hear me raise my voice because some of you guys don't remember this, so I want to make sure it's very clear. 5 sentences or more when you respond to this written response today. And again, pause it right here if you need to so you can write it down before you move on to the next activity for today. Okay, your vocab today, it's your last day on vocab, so you know the drill now. You've already done your definitions and your complete sentences for each word. Today you are taking at least one of these vocab words. Remember, you can always do more than one, but you need to take at least one of them and create a short story, just one paragraph, 5 to 7 sentences, using that vocab word in your story. Okay, and then your last activity today is called Spending the Day with Brian. So if you were able to spend one day with Brian, I want you to name 3 things that you would want him to show you or teach you. Okay, so based on everything Brian has been through, he's picked up a lot of skills in the wilderness to keep himself alive, keep him surviving. So we know he knows a lot of stuff. So I want you to think of 3 things that if you were able to be with him and spend time with him for a day, that you would want him to teach or show you. Okay, and you guys can see here, I put why you would want him to teach or show you, which is basically what I'm asking is that you need an explanation for why you would want him to teach you or show you those. So I give you a couple sample things. You could want to learn how to start a fire, to catch fish. There's a lot of other options. There's a lot of other things he's learned. And I put make sure you explain why you would want to know how to do these things. So you can use this example right here. These can be 2 out of your 3, starting a fire. But you need to tell me, why would you want to know how to start a fire? And if you use catching fish, why would you specifically want to know how to catch a fish? I expect at least a 1-sentence explanation after what you tell me you want to learn from him. That's an explanation of why you would want him to show or teach you that. Okay, and it can be anything that he's done throughout the book. Any skill that he has gained out there in the wilderness, tell me what you would want him to show you and why. Pause it here if you want to make sure you know the directions. Okay, so here's your summary of your assignments for today. You have your written response. You have your vocabulary short story. And then you have your 3rd assignment that I just went over, which is spending the day with Brian. Just a reminder, boys and girls, most of you guys do this, but make sure at the top of all your assignments that you use titles. You can put for written response, chapter 15 written response. You could put chapter 15 vocabulary story. You could put chapter 15 spending the day with Brian. That way, if for some reason you don't put it in the right folder, at least if you send me the picture, I know exactly what I'm marking you off for. Those titles, we talk about those in class all year long. If you don't have a title for a story or an assignment, I have no idea what that is for. Titles are very important for you while you are writing, okay? And then your last task, I mentioned it at the beginning of this PowerPoint, but you need to make sure you take your chapter 13 through 15 comprehension quiz on Ms. Contreras' Lone Tree website. You just click on it. It'll be unlocked today because today should be Thursday when you do this assignment. So it'll be unlocked today for you to take. Remember, you can only take it once. So make sure you're ready for the quiz before you click on it. You can always have the book up next to you while you're taking the quiz because that's not cheating. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can look back at the book to help you on the quiz. But do not just take the quiz and guess through it because that's how you're going to end up with a low score that you really shouldn't get. You can have the book up and next to you. You just got to make the effort to actually look back in the book for answers you don't know. Okay, so make sure for these 3 assignments, 1, 2, and 3, that once you are done, you turn them on your Class Dojo Pro portfolio, and that you get all your other assignments done for this week, so you're ready to go for next week. I'll see you guys for chapter 16.